Jai Shri Gurudev. Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the ninth Standard Science online class. Dear students, in the previous class, we have discussed about why do we fall ill in the lesson. Specifically, we have discussed about how the organisms or the how the whatever the disease causing agents will be spreads the diseases. So in that mode of transmission by the help of air, by the help of wind, water, and by the help of vectors, how the diseases will be spreads. These are all the concepts we have discussed in the previous class. Dear children, in this session also we are going to learn more information related to the health. In the lesson, why do you fall ill? Yes, dear students. In the previously we learned the spread of infectious diseases. So just I'm going to quick revise regarding this concept. After that, we will be learn more information regarding the health and diseases. Okay, so as we know that infectious disease spread from the infected person to a healthy person by the help of air, water, food, vectors, physical contact, and sexual contact, as well as blood by the help of animals. So here, by the help of the air, even the disease will be spreads from infected person to healthy person. So best example by the spreading of the air is common cold, tuberculosis, pneumonia. These are all the kinds of the diseases will be spreads from air. So next, water. By the water, some of the diseases will be transmitted from infected person to healthy person by drinking of mixed water or whatever it leads. So consumption of contaminated water will be leads the spreading of communicable diseases like cholera, amoebic dysentery, etc. The direct physical contact. So even by the help of the physical contact also the spreading of communicable diseases will be takes place. The best example for this is syphilis and AIDS. So these are all the kinds of the disease. Syphilis and AIDS are the disease that will be spreads from infected person to healthy person by the sexual contact. Then by the help of the vector also the diseases will be spreads. So by the help of the flies and mosquitoes, malaria, dengue, typhoid, diarrhea, dysentery, these are all the kinds of the diseases that will be spreads by the help of vectors. Yes, now we want to move on to the special very important concept, that is organ specific and tissue specific manifestations of disease causing microbes. See here, the disease causing microbes enter the body by different means and goes to different organs and tissues. Just example, if you take the COVID or corona, so this virus will be directly affect on the lungs of our body, which means whatever the microbes or the disease causing agents or the organisms is entered to our body, that will be target on a specific organ system of present in the body. So the disease causing microbes enter the body by different means and it will be goes to different organs and tissues. Microbes which enters through the nose are likely go to the lungs. So whatever the microbes that will be entered by the help of the nostril or by the help of the nose, that will be directly enter to our body and it will be leads infection in the lungs. Next, the microbes which enter through the mouth are likely stay in the gut or liver or in the stomach. It will be leads to causing of typhoid, bacteria that will be causes the jaundice. So which means whatever the microbes that is entered by the to our body by the help of mouth, so this will be causes typhoid or malaria. These are all the kinds. So virus which will be causes the AIDS by enter the body by the help of sexual organs during the sexual contact and spreads through this AIDS disease by the help of male sperm as well as female egg. Okay, so viruses, some of the viruses that will be entered to our body, there is nothing but infected person to healthy person at the time of the sexual intercourse. So at the time of the sexual intercourse, the male sperms and as well as the female eggs and some other hormones that is released at the time of the sexual intercourse. So at the time, it has a possibility to spreading of the infectious diseases like syphilis and AIDS. Okay, so this AIDS will be play a major role to damaging of our immunity system, and it will be leads a bundle of diseases. AIDS will be nothing but stands for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. AIDS, the full form stands for AIDS. A for acquired, I for immuno, D for deficiency, S stands for syndrome. Syndrome is nothing but the bunch. Syndrome is nothing but bunch, which means group of. Group. Syndrome is nothing but group. Specifically, AIDS is a bunch of diseases. AIDS is a group of diseases. When the AIDS is entered to our body, HIV virus is entered to our body, specifically this HIV AIDS virus will be directly target on the our body immune system, and day by day its population become increases, and day by day our immunity system become decreases. So if our immunity system become decreases, the various kinds of the diseases is attacked to our body. Various disease causing agents will be directly enter to our body and keep on immunity system become decreases. So like this, the organ or the that some of the microbes that will be target on a specific organ or specific particular tissues. Okay, so then how to overcome from these? So that we have to follow some rules and regulations to prevent the spreading of the diseases. So how to overcome from these are all the problems? As listen carefully, dear students. The treatment of infectious disease consisting of two steps. How the treatment will be consisting of? The treatment of infectious diseases will be consisting of two steps. They are reduce the effect of the diseases or symptoms, and the second one is killing of the microbes which cause the disease. The two steps is reduce the effect of the disease. This first second one is killing of that specific disease causing microbe. So how to reduce the effect of the disease? Yes, this can be done by taking the medicines to bring down the effects of the diseases like fever, pain, loose motions, that is diarrhea, etc. And by taking the bed rest to conserve our energy. So that symptoms, whatever it has, based on the symptoms must be contact the physician or the doctor. Based on the symptoms only the doctor will be advised to take the medicines. These medicines will be very helpful to bring down the effects or the causes of the diseases, various diseases. Okay, so after that, If in case the symptoms doesn't controlled, so as the doctor will be starts to kill the microbes or disease causing specific microbes by providing a suitable antibiotics and drugs. So these antibiotics and the drugs will be play a major role, or it will be very helpful to kill the specific disease causing microbes whatever is present in the body. So after that, after the killing of these microbes, a body become normal and the disease become cured. So these are the principle of treatment. So in the treatment of infectious diseases consisting of two steps, so that is they are reduced the effects of the disease, the first one, and the second one is killing of the disease causing microbes. So how to kill the microbes? This is also very important, my dear students. By providing specific medicine or by providing specific antibiotics. I hope you understand this one. Yes. So here the principles of prevention. So here what kind of the principles are there? So in that the general ways of preventing the infectious disease, how to prevent the diseases, or how to prevent the spreading of diseases in generally. As some of the principles are there that we are going to discuss now. Public hygiene is very most important for the prevention of infectious diseases. So how to overcome from these spreading of the infectious diseases? So must be follow the public hygiene. So like avoiding the sneezing in the public areas, splitting in the avoid the splitting in the public areas, maintain the neatness of the public toilets, maintain the neatness in our home surroundings, in our neighborhood surroundings, in our school surroundings. So this will be very helpful to maintain the public hygiene. So this hygiene will be very helpful for the prevention of spreading of infectious disease. The second general preventive measure is proper and sufficient food for everyone will make the people healthy and resist regarding the infection. So must each and every person must be eat proper and sufficient food. So sufficient food means that food will be consisting is nothing but the balanced food or balanced diet. So balanced diet means the food will be consisting of sufficient amount of all the nutrients and minerals. That is what we call it as balanced diet. So a balanced diet, when the person will be consumes, so that person become healthy and he has a capability to resist against the disease causing agents, to fight against the disease causing agents. And apart from that, the next general way of prevention of the spreading of diseases is, so as we know that the diseases also will be spread by the help of air, water, vector, these are right now. So airborne diseases can be prevented by living in the conditions that are not crowded. So best example, the spreading of the COVID-19 is does not maintenance of the physical distance. Right now, if we maintain the physical distance, definitely we can avoid the spreading of COVID-19. So it is a not a airborne disease, but it has a possibility to spreading when the person will be sneezes. So that sneezing will be consisting of the COVID virus. So that will be infected to the healthy person. Okay, so even the airborne disease can be prevented by living in conditions that are not crowded. And then the waterborne diseases can be prevented by providing the safe drinking water or drinking of hot water. We can easily prevent the waterborne diseases. When we are going to boil the water, whatever the disease causing agents or the bacteria, microbes, viruses, fungi, and other disease causing agents, whatever it is present in the water, so entirely they become destroys and the water become purified when we are going to boil the water. So after the boiling must be cool the water and drink it safely, and plenty amount of water drinking is very helpful to avoid the infections. And then vector borne diseases can be prevented by providing the clean environment in our surroundings and neighborhoods. So these are all the general ways of preventive measures to avoid the spreading of specific diseases. Then the specific ways. So whatever we are discussed, that is a general way. So here now we are going to discuss the specific ways of prevention. Dear children, here also the specific ways has to prevent the spreading of different kinds of the infectious diseases. So like immunization by the taking of vaccines. For example, polio vaccination, tetanus vaccination, these are all penicillium, these are all the vaccines or this will be very helpful to avoid the spreading of infectious diseases. So vaccines will be provide the immunity to our body to fight against the infectious disease causing agents. So what kind of the vaccines that we are using in our day-to-day life? The common vaccinations are tetanus, diarrhea, woofing, measles, polio, etc. These are all the different kinds of the vaccines that we are using in our day-to-day life. As we know that, my dear students, our body has its own immunity system. This immunity system will be very helpful to fight against the microbial infections. When this system first sees an infectious microbes, or when our immunity system will be absorb any foreign body or disease causing agent that is entered to our body, so it's become our immunity system, whatever present in a body, that will become active and start fighting against the disease causing agents. So unfortunately, the number of the microbes or the disease causing agents power is more. So in that time only our immunity system become failure to fight against the disease causing agents. So at the time only we will be feel unhealthy or sickness or uncomfortability. So at the time, if we intake the proper vaccines or antibiotics as per the physician reference, so that will be very helpful to our immunity system to get the good energy to fight against the disease causing agents. So like that our immunity system will be protect our body from the infectious diseases. Okay, so this is about the complete information regarding the why do we fall ill lesson, my dear students. So apart from that, one more very important concept, that is vaccination. What do you mean by vaccination, dear children? So vaccination may be defined as the protection of the body from the communicable diseases by the administration of some agents that is nothing but microbes. So here in the vaccination, we will be use weakened disease causing agents or killed disease causing agents at the time of the manufacturing of vaccinations. So who is the father of vaccination? So the first one is Edward Jenner. So Edward Jenner is an English doctor, invented the vaccination for smallpox. Hence, this Edward Jenner is an English doctor. We call it as father of immunology. Who is the father of immunology, dear children? Edward Jenner. Edward Jenner is a father of immunology. Okay, so this is about the complete information related to the why do we fall ill lesson. My dear students, I hope you understand these are all the concepts. Is there any doubts regarding entire lesson? Please call me at any time or please make a phone call to clarification for your doubts. So complete the given homework within a time and send through WhatsApp without fail. It is compulsory for all the students. So maintain social distance and wearing of the mask is mandatory and washing of your hands by hand sanitizer or alcoholic soaps, it is compulsory to avoid the spreading of COVID-19. Thank you.